Actually, this is probably not a bad idea, but I'm heading back to New Jersey soon. But sitting in the rocking chair and sharing some thoughts. So I'm sitting in the rocking chair and sharing some thoughts today from up in Buffalo, New York, Williamsville, New York. I just did a stroll. I'll be posting some photos later. Farmers market, met a bunch of really cool vendors who've been doing the Williamsville Farmers Market for a long time. As a matter of fact, I met a couple of guys. First thing he said, "Are you on Facebook? Are you on Instagram? I want to be." So he's going to be on my Facebook page. He may or may not be watching this sometime, but it was a good walk. So today I want to just share some advice because of something that happened last night, and it's a reminder, especially as you get older, which I hate to, it's like nice being in a rocking chair, just rocking, yeah. So, dehydration, drinking water. Now, many of you know that I have a heart issue. I've got a defibrillator, pacemaker. You can sort of see the outline right there. And I also have another health issue that's doing really good. So it's like the cancer is doing really good. Or the cancer is doing bad. The recovery is doing good. Thank God the cancer is doing bad. It's like dying to nothing. But earlier this summer, I got a call. My brother was in the emergency room, and then he was admitted to the ICU. And the cause? Dehydration. He had not been drinking enough water. He had not been getting enough fluid. And I hate to tell you, especially as an Irishman, beer and whiskey do not count as beverages that help with hydration. And as one of the ultimate coffee lovers, it's like today at breakfast, the waitress said, "Would you like cream and sugar for your coffee?" It's like, no, you drink it the way it was grown, right off the bush, the beans. Yeah, no, but I love my coffee. Coffee doesn't help you with hydration either. Actually, it opposes hydration. So if you're drinking a couple cups of coffee like I do, you need to match that with a couple of cups of H2O or other good hydrators. And I know that there's some of these like vitamin waters and Gatorades and all that sort of stuff that have electrolyte. I have no idea what an electrolyte is. I don't know if I want to consume electrolytes. It sounds like a weird thing to put in your body. Ooh, I'm going to put an electrolyte. I'm going to drink an electrolyte. It's like you're going to light up inside and shine like this bright sunny day inside your gut, and maybe it'll shine through your shirt. And then that would be really weird and bizarre, but people do take in electrolytes. But then last night, so background for some, again, some of you know the background, some don't. My high school class, which is really tight, we got an awesome high school class from Williamsville South, which is like that way, about a mile and a half that way. Class of 1973. We celebrated our 50th anniversary a couple of years ago in 2023 was our 50th high school reunion. And we decided this weekend to celebrate our 70th birthday because we all turned 70 this year. A couple of them turned 71 this year, which is like, they're old. We're almost that age too. And there's a few that aren't quite 70 who snuck into our class as youngsters. But we decided instead of waiting for our 55th reunion, which is in a couple of years in 2028, let's throw a 70th birthday party for ourselves and have a weekend of it. So last night we got together for a boat ride, a tiki boat ride, starting off on the Buffalo River out into Lake Erie, then up the Niagara River into the Black Rock Canal, and then back again at 90 minutes on the water with a few adult beverages. Remember what I said about adult beverages? They do not hydrate you in the least. It tastes good though. Anyhow, so there's like 25 of us on the boat, and the cool thing, and Lois Brown Corbett, yes, a reminder, I've known you since kindergarten. I've known Dan Dudley since kindergarten. I've known Patricia Cochran since kindergarten. I'm not sure when I met Sue Hayward, but She's early on. Tom Corbett, who's now Lois's husband, they started dating when they were freshmen or sophomores in high school, and they've been married all these years. Well, they didn't get married in high school. No, they're not that kind of people. But I've known Tom Corbett since first grade because we went to the same church together. We didn't go to the same school together until, I think, middle school, but definitely high school. I went to high school with Tom. And that's where he met Lois, and they were, anyhow, you know that story already. I told you that. So, we were with a group of, and just having a great time. It was wonderful. If you come to Buffalo, New York, or if you live in Buffalo, New York, you got to do one of the river boat tours. There's a Buffalo History Tour, which I've now done twice. There is the Tiki Boat Tour. There's the Spirit of Buffalo, and I think there's one that they do on the Erie Canal. And last night was perfect. The weather was perfect. The water was perfect. And Captain Tim had the music going. It was like I was back at Uncle Sam's when I was a kid. Uncle Sam's used to be over on Walden Avenue. And back in the day, we could drink at 18. And they probably gave us the most watered-down drinks you can imagine. But they played all the great tunes and flashing lights. Well, Tim had the flashing lights going and the music going. And we were bopping along. And we were having a really great time until we came back into the harbor. And then our friend Ellen basically fell backwards where she was sitting. And it looked dire. A young man named Saya, who is from Georgia, not the state, but the nation Georgia, who has 2 more months in med school at University of Buffalo until he's a firm doctor. He came right over and assisted getting Ellen's feet up in the air and checking her out. But we were all real worried. And then the Buffalo EMTs and fire department came. Awesome. We were talking about them at breakfast. They were incredible. They brought a fire engine. Just so if Ellen hadn't been sick, it would have been really cool. This fire engine with the lights going late at nighttime, a fire engine with the lights on and the ambulance, and you're down at Canal Side. It was like a light show. But anyhow, the EMTs took Ellen over to Buffalo General Hospital, Buff Gen we call it, to check her out, and she's okay. So end of story. They checked her, did some tests. She's home now. But the issue was hydration. She was dehydrated, and she had said she not sure when she last had any water or hydrating beverages, and that she was all excited, and so we ate at this really the what was it called? Doesn't matter. It's down in Canal Side, and the food was really good for dinner last night. But apparently Ellen had a few of the adult beverages, and then on the boat she had a couple of the adult beverages. And with boats in the water, sort of go like. It's not saying, oh, it was real estate. I don't do well in choppy seas. And boy, you should have seen the rapids in the Niagara River under the Peace Bridge. I never realized how rapid it's like whoosh. It's like fast moving water under the Peace Bridge. We saw Canada. We said, oh, Canada. We waved over to the Canadian side last night. But anyhow, so this little video, and if I had a rocking chair and I had a porch, normally I do here this house. I have 2. There's another rocking chair. See, rocking chair. Maybe I do rocking chair messages. Maybe that's the rocking chair podcast from non-rocking chair. I don't know. I don't have a rocking chair down in New Jersey. But anyhow, that's my message today. It's a reminder to all of us. Matter of fact, I'm going to go in and I'm going to get a sparkling water, or as Daxie says, fizzy water. And I'm going to get some hydration in me because I just walked all around. I didn't have a bottle of water with me. I have some grapes. Those grapes were awesome from the guys that I forgot what his name is, but he'll pop up on my Facebook, I'm sure. And I'll show you some pictures of the farmer's market. When farmer's market, again, within walking distance of this rocking chair are 2 parks, more than 25 restaurants, a beer brewery, a distillery. There's a farmer market on Saturdays from April till November 1st. The library's right up there. Lots of stuff. But I did a lot of walking today, and I need some water. So get hydrated, stay hydrated, because my brother ended up in the ICU because he wasn't hydrated. Ellen ended up in the ER because she wasn't hydrated. And as the one EMT said, being dehydrated, if you're older, can have really serious consequences. But even if you're younger, and there's nothing bad about drinking water, or I don't know about the electrolytes, but if you want to put them in you, go for it. Gatorade and the other stuff, vitamin water. I don't know what's in vitamin water. I take my vitamin pills, but I don't know what's in them either, and I take them every day with water, with hydration. All right, everybody, from the rocking chair up in Buffalo, New York, I'm here. So thanks for watching.